Mercedes-Benz has been around for a long time and has built up a pretty good reputation in the car world. The slogan "the best of nothing" for the brand says a lot about how good the cars are that the German automaker makes. Even if you don't know much about car brands, you can still tell that Mercedes is one of the most reliable ones in the world. Mercedes-Benz has been making cars for 129 years and has made hundreds of different models. It is one of the most well-known and best-selling car brands in the world, combining German quality with great styling and high-end features. In this video, we tried to pick the 10 best Mercedes-Benz models of all time. As you might expect, it was hard to choose just 10. These cars should help you understand why this brand has become so popular over the years. 1. Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gull-Wing Coupe. The first Mercedes SL class car was the famous 300 SL, which came out in 1954. SL stands for Sportlight. At the time, the 300 SL was the world's fastest production car, with a top speed of up to 163 miles per hour, 263 kilometers per hour. It was also a racing champion, but its gull-wing doors and unique design made it a timeless classic that collectors still want. 3 years after the Gull-Wing 300 SL came a Roadster version, but everyone still loved the two-door coupe and its beautiful doors. This car was also the first in the world to go into production with a fuel-injected 3.0-liter straight-six engine that could make 215 horsepower. That's a lot for the 1950s, right? 2. Mercedes-Benz 300D Adenauer. The 300D Adenauer was made to be as good as the Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud. It looks like an updated version of a traditional limousine. It was called Adenauer after the first Chancellor of the Federal Republic of Germany, who used it a lot. The first Mercedes-Benz 300D came out in 1960, and it's still a great choice for people who want a stylish car without being too flashy. This car looks very elegant from any angle, and even though it was smaller than other limousines, it was a huge hit. 3. Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren. It's no surprise that this Mercedes-Benz and McLaren model made our list, because its unique design and raw power made it a hit around the world. When it came out in 2003, the SLR McLaren wowed everyone with its huge, 617 horsepower 5.4-liter supercharged V8 engine. And with the 722 versions, it got even worse. This beast had a 5-speed automatic transmission with 3 manual modes, and any car enthusiast probably thought it was a dream. The SLR McLaren was called one of the most capable supercars ever made, and even though it's almost 20 years old, it could easily compete with some of the newest supercars on the market today. 4. Mercedes-Benz G-Class. The G-Wagon was first made as a military vehicle, but in 1979, a civilian version came out. The luxury SUV with four-wheel drive has changed a lot in the last 20 years, but its boxy shape hasn't changed much. Because of its flashy design and high level of comfort, the G-Class quickly became a favorite of many celebrities and rappers. It is definitely an SUV that stands out with its rugged look and bright colors. But even though the outside of this SUV looks pretty rough, the cockpit is both luxurious and useful. Even though it was first made for the military, it was soon changed to be the best SUV for civilians. 5. Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG. The Mercedes SLS AMG was first made available as a limited production supercar with the same gull-wing doors as the famous 300 SL Gull-Wing Coupe. The SLS stands for Sportlight Super, and this sports car was indeed super cool. It had a lightweight aluminum chassis and a body shell that was hand-built in Germany using only the best materials. This beautiful car was powered by a big, naturally aspirated 6.2 liters V8 engine that could make 571 horsepower. This engine was the most powerful naturally aspirated production series engine in the world, so it should come as no surprise that it was crazy fast. Mercedes-AMG and former F1 driver David Coulthard worked together to make the SLS AMG. 6. Mercedes-Benz 190 SL. It's hard to top a legend, but this car had to do just that because it came after the amazing 300 SL. But the Mercedes-Benz 190 SL was also a great car, and people liked it a lot because it had the same good looks as the 300 SL but was much cheaper. Mercedes-Benz saw that there was a lot of demand for a cheaper SL, so they made the 190 SL. It wasn't as fast as its predecessor, but it was just as fun to drive. And it had a lot of new features that made you forget about the difference in power and speed. 7. Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR. Even though it was made to be a race car at first, the CLK GTR was soon seen on regular roads after it came out in 1997. Because race cars and street cars are very different, this beast had to be tweaked and toned down a bit to make it safe for the street. However, it still looked amazing and ran like a dream. This car's street version cost a cool $1.55 million, which made it even more exclusive and desirable. They were made to be used on the racetrack, so it makes sense that they have a very powerful 6.9 liters V12 engine. 8 Mercedes-Benz C63 AMG Coupe. The C63 AMG, which came out in 2008, makes the C-Class a real sports car. The newest C63 AMG has a hand-built 503 horsepower AMG 4.0 liters V8 biturbo engine that can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.8 seconds, just to give you an idea. And because it's still a C-Class at its core, this model has a very sleek look. It's a bit more aggressive than the standard model, but it's still very stylish. Since this Mercedes model is fairly new, you can find parts for it, which is not the case for older models. Even if you have an older car, all you have to do is look through a Mercedes-Benz part catalog to find the original parts you need. 9 Mercedes-Benz 540k Spezial Roadster. The 540k Spezial Roadster was made in 1936, and because it had a huge 5.4L 180 HP engine, it was always one of the best cars of its time. This classic was a cabriolet that could fit 2 or 4 people. It stopped being made in 1940. Even though you won't see this car on the road, it is the dream of many car fans to own one. Even though cars today have better engines and faster speeds, this model is still one of the best Mercedes has ever made. 10 Mercedes-Benz 500e. People often call the 500e a 4-door Porsche. It's basically an updated version of the 300e, which Mercedes felt didn't have enough oomph. In the 1990s, Mercedes tried to make the ultimate high-performance E. The 500e was based on the Porsche 911 from that year. The name comes from the fact that the car was made by Porsche. Even though this is the last car on the list, it is no less of a masterpiece than the ones that came before it. Mercedes is known as one of the best car brands in the world, so it's not easy to choose the best Mercedes models of all time because there have been so many of them. So what you think, which models are missing in this list? Share your views in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more top 10 videos. Also press the bell icon for all the latest updates. See you soon in another video. Thanks for watching.